Hello everyone, Jeff here for Respawn Studios, back with the Mission 3 part of my Intel and Skulls guide for Halo 5 Guardians. Mission 3 is called Glassed. There are going to be 6 pieces of intel and the Iron Skull in this mission. Early on you're going to go through that security checkpoint I was looking at, and in the first big room before you go outside, this open hangar space, beyond these walkways on this box is the piece of intel. Now, our next 2 pieces of intel are both out here in this big area. If you're playing on easy, you don't have to worry about the enemies. If you're playing on a harder difficulty, I would definitely clear out some of the enemies first. But I also want to make a note, the skull in this mission is iron, and you can only get it on legendary difficulty. So if you're like doing a second or third playthrough following these guides, and you're playing just on easy, you won't be able to get this skull. So just for this mission, you might want to change to legendary. And you might also want to be in co-op because it makes it easier. I'll just give you that heads up as well. But you see the first piece of intel in this big open area was on the left behind that box. And now our second is on the opposite side, the right of the big area. Up the stairs, around the corner in this room on the computer console. So we're already half done the intel. Intel piece number 4 is when you finish that area, the door goes down. You could take a mongoose or warthog, or you can go on foot. There's even a 10-point achievement to finish this mission while never entering a vehicle. But if you're also going for the skull, you wouldn't be able to get that because you pretty much have to use the tank to get it. Alright, but there is intel piece number 4. It's by the ship under the back part of it behind these red boxes as you're taking your vehicle. Alright, now further down that area you come to this garage you're going to have to go through for to advance the mission, but before that come over here to the left of this building. There's just another perspective shot, and on the table by the blueprints is intel piece number 5. And our final piece of intel is that's where we came from the garage across the bridge. We had to kill some enemies, and it opens this port for the Scorpion tank. But back here, behind the weapon crate, is the piece of intel in a box. Alright, so that is all 6 pieces of intel, and now we get by far the most complicated skull that I'm aware of. So for iron, you have to pretty much be using the tank. Again, you should be on legendary. Once you take the tank up the hill around the corner, you come through an arch, and as you approach this building, look to the sky right here. There's going to be a supply ship coming, and then following it a few seconds later will be a phaeton or photon, whatever you call it, ship. You have to kill that ship. The reason you want to do it in co-op is so you could have both the person with the bigger gun and the machine gun shooting at it. I was the machine gun, and you want to lead your shots. You'll know you got it because of course it will blow up, but there will also be a grunt birthday party noise letting you know that there's the skull. Now the kind of weird thing that I read up on is there could be 3 spawn spots for the skull. This is the first and closest to you, which is by the fence. Now I'm showing that's where the fence was. If you head back toward the area where the tank was, you can drop down onto the building where it is. If you break that vent, you're right where the tank was. But the second skull spot is right here behind this barrel. Unfortunately, of course, the skull's not there because it was in the first spot for me, but I want to show these spots that I've read that the skull can also spawn in case it's not by the fence for you. And finally, a little bit further back, let me screw up here. There's the tank where, there's the, the garage where the tank spawns. But we're going to drop down here, and in one of these mounds, in the little cave underneath, there are these boxes, and the skull will be somewhere in here. I think it's over here, right there. If not, just look around here. But that's where I've read that the third and final skull spot is. Alright, so that is all 6 intel and the skull for the 3rd mission of Halo 5 Guardians. Hope that was helpful, and I should be back with more videos soon.